Ever felt like you're stuck in a loop, making the same mistakes over and over again? You fix a problem, only to have another one pop up, or worse, the same one comes back a few weeks later. It's frustrating, right? It feels like you're just playing whack-a-mole with your life or your business. What if I told you there's a way to break that cycle for good? It's not about working harder, it's about thinking smarter. It's about digging deeper to find the real villain of the story, the root cause. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that can revolutionize how you approach problems, whether it's in your career, your projects, or even your personal life. We're talking about root cause analysis, or RCA. Now, I know that sounds a bit corporate and jargony, but stick with me. This is one of the most powerful problem-solving tools you can have in your arsenal. It is the difference between putting a band-aid on a wound and actually healing it from the inside out. So, what is a root cause? Imagine your car won't start. The immediate problem is clear. No ignition. You could jump-start it and get on your way. That's a solution, but it's a surface-level fix. What happens tomorrow? You might be stranded again. The real question is why the battery was dead. Was it old and needed replacing? Did you leave the headlights on? Is there a problem with the alternator that's supposed to be charging it? That why is what leads you to the root cause. The alternator problem is the root cause. The dead battery is just a symptom. In our lives and work, we often stop at the symptom level. Sales are down. Let's run a promotion. Website traffic dropped. Let's buy some ads. A project missed its deadline. Let's just tell the team to work faster next time. These are quick fixes, not permanent solutions. They address the what but completely ignore the why. And if you don't know why something is happening, you can't prevent it from happening again. One of the simplest, yet most effective, techniques for this is the 5 whys method. It was developed by Sakichi Toyoda, the founder of Toyota, and it's brilliant in its simplicity. When a problem occurs, you just ask why, 5 times. Each answer forms the basis for the next question. Let's try it with a common example, a project missing its deadline. Problem: the project was delivered late. 1. Why was it delivered late? Because the final development phase took longer than expected. 2. Why did it take longer than expected? Because the developers ran into unforeseen technical challenges. 3. Why were these challenges unforeseen? Because the initial technical planning and research phase was rushed. 4. Why was the planning phase rushed? Because we were under pressure to show immediate progress and start coding right away. 5. Why were we under pressure to show immediate progress? Because our company culture often prioritizes visible activity over thorough preparation. Boom. See what happened there? We went from blaming a development team to identifying a systemic, cultural issue. The solution isn't to just add more time to the next project's development schedule. The real, lasting solution is to change the culture around project planning, to advocate for the value of thorough preparation, and to manage expectations about what progress really looks like. Fixing that root cause will prevent dozens of future projects from suffering the same fate. The 5 whys is a great starting point, but sometimes problems are more complex and have multiple contributing factors. That's where another fantastic tool comes in, the fishbone diagram, also known as an Ishikawa diagram. Imagine drawing a fish skeleton. The head of the fish is the problem statement, like low customer satisfaction. The main bones coming off the spine represent different categories of potential causes. Typically, these categories might be things like people, process, technology, environment, and management. For each category, you brainstorm potential causes. Under people, you might list inadequate training or low morale. Under process, it could be confusing return policy or long wait times. Under technology, maybe the website is slow or the CRM system keeps crashing. You and your team brainstorm all these potential factors and add them as smaller bones on the diagram. It's a powerful visual tool that helps you see how different areas of your business might be contributing to a single problem. It stops the blame game and encourages a more holistic view. Instead of pointing fingers, you're collaborating to map out the entire ecosystem of the problem. Once you have this map, you can start investigating which of these potential causes are the actual root causes. This involves gathering data. You can't just guess. Look at your customer support tickets. Survey your employees. Analyze your website performance metrics. The data will point you toward the biggest offenders. Maybe you discover that 60% of complaints are related to a confusing checkout process. That's not a guess. It's a data-backed insight. Now you know exactly where to focus your energy to get the biggest impact. This brings up a crucial point: avoiding assumptions. Our brains are wired to jump to conclusions. We see a problem and our past experiences immediately suggest a cause. Oh, sales are down. It must be that new competitor. We latch onto the first plausible explanation and stop digging. This is the biggest barrier to effective root cause analysis. You have to be a detective. You have to question everything, especially your own assumptions. A great mindset to adopt is go and see. Don't just sit in a meeting room theorizing. If the problem is on the factory floor, go to the factory floor. If the problem is with the customer experience, become a customer. Go through the process yourself. Talk to the people on the front lines, the sales reps, the support agents, the developers. They live with these problems every day and often have invaluable insights that leaders in a boardroom would never see. Let's be real. This process takes time and effort. It's much easier to just apply a quick fix and move on, but that's a false economy. The time you spend putting out the same fires over and over again is far greater than the time it would take to find and fix the root cause once and for all. Think of it as an investment. You're investing time now to save yourself countless hours of headache, stress, and lost resources in the future. Moreover, building a culture of root cause analysis creates a learning organization. It shifts the focus from blame to improvement. When something goes wrong, the question in who messed up. But what can we learn from this, and how can we make our system better? This fosters psychological safety, where people feel comfortable highlighting problems without fear of punishment. And that is the secret sauce for continuous improvement and innovation. So, how can you start applying this today? Start small. Pick a recurring, nagging problem that's been bothering you. It doesn't have to be a massive corporate issue. Maybe it's that you're always running late in the morning. Ask yourself the 5 whys. Why am I always late? Because I can't find my keys. Why can't I find my keys? Because I don't have a designated spot for them. Why don't I have a spot for them? Because I haven't taken the 30 seconds to install a key hook by the door. C. The root cause isn't that you're a disorganized person. It's a simple system failure. The solution: spend 2 minutes installing a hook. Problem solved. Permanently. Once you get comfortable with this way of thinking, you can apply it to bigger and bigger challenges. Use it in your team meetings. When a project hits a snag, facilitate a 5 whys discussion or draw a fishbone diagram on a whiteboard. Encourage data collection over assumptions. Celebrate the learning that comes from failure, not just the success that comes from winning. By shifting your focus from the symptoms to the source, you transform from a reactive problem solver into a proactive system builder. You stop being a firefighter and start being an architect, designing more resilient, efficient, and effective systems in your work and your life. It's a subtle shift in perspective, but it has the power to change everything. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has given you some practical tools and a new way to think about the challenges you face. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content on thinking smarter and working better. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's a recurring problem you're going to try and find the root cause of? Let's discuss and learn together. Until next time, keep digging deeper.